Aurora. We pop out the Chet. Yeah, if there's a good, like, 3 or 4 more songs, I will happily pay for this album. Hold on, I replied to the wrong thing. Alrighty. It does seem a little bit like they used Suno to generate these. Maybe not. Yeah, I'd be curious about it. All right, so part we're at with what we're doing today. I think I need to create an application. Would it end up being in workspace settings to create the application? So I need to create a new workspace. How do I create a new workspace? Maybe I need to go to... Yeah, I don't see where we would do that. Anyone know where you end up creating new workspaces? Well, I have 2 workspaces already, though. Right? Apropont and CM Griffin. Right? And I could leave the Apropont workspace. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. All right, well, how about this? Atlassian, create new workspace. Oh, so it's here on admin. But I need to, like, add a product? It depends on what you want to do, Banana. We do, yeah. I think it might be Go Lang? I don't know. No, yeah, so we don't have one for the Go Lang Gopher. That's kind of a bummer. All right, add product. Here we go. Yes, that was it. We needed to do the add product button. Yep. And their docs actually really helped us with that. What really doesn't help us here is how broken these Lego pieces are. You can't do that. That doesn't work. It's like the person that made that has never used a Lego before. Yeah, like, how dare they? So yeah, I like a few of these songs they made. They do really scream to me as, like, being generated by Suno, but maybe they aren't. All right, so develop apps, though. This is what we're looking for here. OAuth consumers is what I'm looking for. Oh. Okay. So let's go grab some of the GitHub stuff. Yeah, that's not a bad album. I will most likely purchase it at some point, just to support. Ooh, that's a bit loud. Hold on. Developer settings, GitHub apps. So let me do this real quick. Here it is. GitHub. I really like that one. Oh, that should have been updated. Now hold on. That is the callback URL. Vexilla.dev. Those two are not necessary for the dev setup, at least. So we don't need to read and write accounts or issues. We do need to be able to read and write repositories, though. And we need to be able to write PRs. The rest, I think we're good on. Yeah, so I think this is a private consumer. My guess is they're going to leak a key, and then we're going to have to reset it. If we're not able to reset that key easily, then that's a problem. Right? So they see the secret. Wait, what? There's no way to reset the key other than just delete it and create a new consumer? Really? What up, Shreyas? How you doing? You gotta go hang out at Theo's stream, I'm sure. Which is fine. Yeah, how you doing? What you up to? No? Okay. I don't know. Pretty sure I saw you lurking over there, though, last time I was over there. Does making any change regen it? That's what I'm looking at right now. And I'm gonna guess no? Yeah, it's the same exact secret. So we just gotta delete it and start again. But yeah, no worries there, Shreyas. Yep, thank you for hanging out. We'll see you again soon. Yeah, for sure. Have a good one. Yeah, that's a huge flaw in the way this is designed. So yeah, we just got to delete it. And then make another. And yeah, that's a huge flaw. If I didn't mark it as private. I wonder about that. But basically, let me just go edit a file here real quick.
It's medieval time!
And I love that one. That one's so good. Alright, so that's at least a new key and everything. Let me go edit this file. Alright, so then I can just hide it. And we're good to go there. I'm gonna copy some random thing. We're gonna spin up that dev server again. And L Gilly Suit, thank you for the follow. I like that name. Alright, so we've got that server up. Let's go look at our OAuth server. This is our auth callback page, and that's going to be a slightly different thing. So this Bitbucket server endpoint. Building your own custom integration. Let's go do that part. We created a consumer. We want to do the authorization code grant. Yep. Code comes back, so that part's good. So yeah, we're going to be doing the authorization code. Those end up being Bitbucket. We do a post request to this URL, which is site OAuth2 access token. It's client ID secret. What are the args that we can pass in? Right, like curl-u. Oh, we don't see dash u. It is basic auth? That's what I thought. Okay. I think it's a little weird that they do it basic auth style. Does basic really go over like that? It's just an authorization header? Oh. Okay. So we do the authorization header, and that looks right to me. And /D here, that ends up being a query param? HTTP post data. Oh, I don't know if it is, actually. I think it's just part of the body. Sure. So authorization code, we end up not needing that. Code is code. Redirect URI we don't send over. Yeah, their docs leave a lot to be desired. Okay, so if we're doing that part, we get the auth call back here. Yep, so we pass the code, and the base URL is optional. We end up needing a workspace ID too. I have no idea. Zoot, we typically don't allow links from first-time chatters, though. That's fine. Yeah, I have no idea what that DNS record is, though. Yeah, I mean, asking random chats about things specific like that as your first message is also just kind of frowned upon. What makes you think that Twitch is your own personal Stack Overflow? Yeah. Goodbye, troll. I don't mind answering questions for people that are actually going to be here and hang out, but even if we answered that person's question, we'd never see him again. They're not trying to be a member of the community. They're treating Twitch as a transaction. So yeah, we do get the token back. We need to figure out what all we get on this response. That's not a bad idea there, Mini Scruff. Yeah, that's a good point. Ooh, and yeah, installation ID here I think is actually... Yeah, we've got a flaw in how we're doing the off callback. I don't think it's going to be obvious what the fix is until we start fiddling with this a little more. Yeah, GitLab doesn't have the installation ID. We'll have to see what Bitbucket responds with. So bare minimum, we need to start adding Bitbucket to this Git-based list. We do see it here in that. Yep. What's up, Entom? How you doing? Yeah, how you doing? Yeah, so some of these sections we may end up removing, but it's not part of our current task. So hold on. This select a provider. Right, onboarding form. Ah, and here it is. All right, so then Bitbucket. Failure. Cannot read properties of undefined. Yep. The validator is currently undefined. Instead of empty form, we want this to be Bitbucket form. And yeah, this is a good song, right, Samir? Alright, so we got some red. We got to fix all that red, but it's not the end of the world right now. Right, and where are we setting those validators? Here it is. Yeah, so we're not exporting a validator here. So we create the Bitbucket validator. The provider is Bitbucket. We're not going to have an installation ID, but I think we do end up needing a workspace ID. Oh, damn. Dino's looking for a head of DevRel? Interesting. I don't know if I'm fully qualified for that just yet. But yeah, senior DevRel roles at some point in my future. Ooh, and ClickHouse is looking. I think it'd be fun to make content for ClickHouse. But again, I'm not really looking. I want to put in at least a year at the company I'm at. Possibly longer. How long do you all feel is like the minimum amount of time someone should work at a company? You know, if you like the company and all that stuff, right? What do you think, like, the social contract for that really is? Two years is your number? Yeah, I think 2 years is fully respectable. And yeah, I could totally... Yeah, I could see that same thing, for sure. I would like to at least get a raise going into year number 2. But I'm also getting paid really decently, so I'm not too worried about it. Like, I like the company I work at. I like the people I work with. Yeah, I'm not sure what would convince me to look at something else. At some point, though, director or like a lead type role would be really useful and cool. All right, so yeah, workspace ID is a thing we need. That looks about right to me, but here we go. Hosting config validators. This is where we need the Bitbucket. And yeah, exclamation point song at any time, right? Whether I'm listening to something from YouTube or something from Bandcamp, the song command should always get you there. Ooh, and I wasn't watching the chat over on Algora. Sorry about that. Anyone over on Algora, feel free to chat. Yeah, my bad. Didn't mean to leave you hanging if you did. Alright, so that should help with what we're doing here. We should no longer have a... Oh my. Alright, so we broke something else. Oh, and yes, I think I was just in the middle of editing something in the form there, but we definitely got to do that part. So wherever that was, yeah, branch dot, and I just think it's ID. Fetcher's map, yep. So we gotta go update the Fetcher's map now. Yeah, it is. So yeah, someone sent me a message. That tweet's going off. It is. Like, yeah, it's going crazy. Whoa! Last time I looked at it, it was only at like 50k views. Now it's at almost 80. Wow. Yeah, that tweet's making the rounds. I don't know if you saw this tweet, but I'm famous. I don't actually get monetization from tweets though, so like I'm not even gonna get that 40 cents that it's worth. Shame. Let's try and refresh this. Oh, hold on, wait, Fetcher's map. I guess I forgot that part. Yep, Fetchers.map. And there it is. Yep. So yeah, we got quite a few abstractions here that we could probably simplify a bit. Right? A lot of lookup tables. Not ideal. Alright, that should at least allow us to refresh there. And Stafford JS. Hey, thank you for the follow. Is that like Stafford, like the name of a city, like a Seattle JS kind of thing, or is it more like your name is something Stafford and you like JS? But thank you for the follow. Oh, English Stafford dogs. Oh, that's cool. I like that. And yeah, how's it going? English Stafford. They're like big dogs, right? Okay, they're not huge. Never mind. I was thinking of a totally different. They do have a bit of like a pit bull vibe to them. Oh, it is the pit bull. Okay, never mind. Maybe it's like a smaller pit bull, I guess. That's like a straight up pit bull. This one seems... No? Okay, so Staffords are a purebred. Pit bull is just like a kind of a mutt version. I don't even know if there's such thing as like a pure pit bull. Maybe there is. Do they have the same like issues as pit bulls, like the hips? And do they also have the thing where like their head seems like way bigger proportionally to their body than it should be. Okay. The heads are chonky. All right, nice. I like the wrinkliness of this pup. Oh. Nanny dogs? Okay. Right? Instead of pit bulls that are basically, you know, depending on the owner, they can be really gnarly. I've met some really cool pit bulls. I've met some really lame ones, too. Interesting. Aw, alright. That sounds awesome. Alright, so we are at least close enough that we get that going, but if we go look at the Bitbucket auth stuff, we need to redirect to this authorized URL with the client ID. I find it interesting that we don't end up passing the redirect URL. Maybe that's why you can only assign one redirect URL per OAuth consumer, because they're going to automatically redirect that for you anyway, based upon the client ID. Okay, so let me hide my screen real quick and set that client ID. I only need to hide it because Bitbucket doesn't actually allow us to hide the secret in their UI, which is really annoying. Like, Bitbucket would massively benefit from a developer advocate of some kind that actually understands what people are trying to do to create integrations. Maybe they have a developer advocate, but one of the first things they should be doing is making the OAuth consumer, like, flow more like developer friendly. I think we actually need the app name, but we'll do it anyway. And it's technically not something that we even have. So can't show that. That's fine. That URL. Okay, so that part is... when we click that button, where would that be? This is personal. I mean, technically it's a product I'm trying to launch, but, you know, whether it ever takes off, probably not. Still fun to make, though, so it's a feature flag tool. And really, I should focus on getting it launched for people to use, to evaluate the product better, etc., But I'm slacking, you know. Right, like, was this Bitbucket provider actually necessary? No. So yeah, I'm slacking there. We got way more important things to do to get this released, to get people testing it, to make sure it actually works right. But, I don't know. It's fun. It's good content, right? But yeah, we gotta figure out where we are doing that redirection stuff. And that's already a flaw right there. Oh, right, but the button to log in exists in here. Oh, and that makes me think we can edit this, and I need to add the logged in true. So here's the thing, we don't end up needing to pass the redirect URI. We just pass response type code and the client ID. Now the Bitbucket client ID, beat Bitbucket client ID, app name we're not using, base auth callback URL we're not using. Okay, so we should be good doing this login. One thing I want to do first, place that we're setting this button styling, and yeah, we want background color there to be something specific. I'm gonna say that's probably the color. All right, boom. That works for me. So now if we click it, I wonder if site in that context is meant to be something else. Oh, nope. Yeah, we're doing that totally wrong anyway. See, I just have the URL configured. Yeah, we still had that left over from the GitLab form that we forked. So yeah, that was on me. They've got an uncaught exception with their Sentry stuff. All right, so we log in, we do the code, head to console. Oh god. Oh god. Let's try that again. Yeah, their stuff there is weird. Click that. Failed to exchange code for token. Really? Now hold on. I gotta be careful. They might try and leak a key. Unsupported grant type. None. And they did not leak a key, so we're good. So, right, we see the code that we got back, we see the client ID, right? We are sending the auth code, or the client secret, as part of our password on the back end. Yeah, no worries, Prevan. Have a good night. See you again soon. They said it happened here at line 46-ish. So it's at the post request on line 46. The post is actually 43 here, which is fine. But if we look at their docs, I don't know, probably some kind of bias. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna try and make a point, try not to use hyperbole. Exaggeration. That I'm not sure, the bread. Yeah, we see that in their curl posts. So grant type is this, right? We're passing grant type authorization code, but we're passing it in not the place they're expecting, and they think that we're passing a none, which means that they think it's empty. So my thought is that this needs to actually be in the query parameters instead. So -d is a URL encoded form. So instead of JSON stringify, I should be doing a form data? This is server to server. Yeah, their docs are really not great. Ooh, but we don't append client ID. Just grant type and code. Oh, I actually had it for us. Page reloaded. Let's try it again. So we didn't get an error back from that. But then, yeah, we get a bunch of errors here because we're not doing that part right. All right, so, yep, Zod error. So code too small. 3 times. That's happening in config Vultio. Yeah, we know that's going to fail. Let me go look at network. So yeah, we do this post. We do get an access token back. And yeah, we're sending that directly back to the front end. The auth callback is then where we're doing some of this. So access token ends up being body.access token. Okay, so that keeps us logged in at least. Alright, new hosting config. Let me just do this so I'm not leaking the whole key. Installation ID, undefined, that part's fine. So we get an access token back, and we set it. And we are logged in with it. Right, and then part of the issue is that we don't have a way of selecting our workspaces. Right. And that's going to be in how we're doing our fetch. Not here in auth callback anymore, but in, I believe, Bitbucket form. Yes, we need to fetch workspace ID. So fetch workspaces is what we care about there. And yeah, here we want to set workspaces. I think it's dot values, right? Yep. And yeah, workspace value is what we're looking for here. And if we have a workspace ID, ooh, and do we do the name? The slug? I think we do slug. Right, and then, yeah, we want to look at the GitHub form, because the GitHub form has the idea of installations. Yep, so we're going to grab this section, and it's going to function basically the same way in the Bitbucket. And that goes after that item. So now, instead of installation ID, oh, and yeah, where is installation? Right here. We'll just say that. Alright, so we'll go log in. Ooh. Oh, now hold on. Something is majorly wrong there. So we go log in again. It redirects us because we've already installed it. But then we get an error. So, error fetching workspaces. Oh. Credentials lack one or more privilege scopes. Required account. Oh. Right, so this is going to expire any access tokens. So yeah, the fact that we leaked some access tokens earlier, not a problem. So then we head back to here. Bullet blend. We need to end up allowing that. We'll let it finish loading. Grant the access. Now we are logged in here, but this actually needs to be a drop down of workspaces. So I don't think we want this install button anymore. Get an auto completion for that? Come on. Okay. So then here we want to do something like this. If config.hosting.provider Bitbucket, that should give us some type safety on that part. Oh, and Right? We set that. Cool. So now we want to make sure that it's just full width, though. I just want to make sure I add that on. So yeah, it is on the select. Alright, so we should be better off there, right? We are not able to... Ah, we are able. Yeah, cool. Alright. Cool, alright. But I don't have the repo set up. I thought I did. But I guess I don't. No, so we got to create a repo. Testing. FF demo. Who to get ignore. Create the repo. Oh, I do have the get cracking. Nice. Alright, so we've got this feature flag repo set up. FF demo. And then bam, target branch is object, so that's not ideal. But we're getting close. So yeah, branches get fetched there, and I think that's where I just want to map over what we are fetching, right? So set branches, name, ID. Oh, and I bet... Oh, no, we don't get this there. So, yeah, something's up with that part. We should log out what fetch branches are. And actually, we would have seen it on the network, too. Aha, so we see empty branches, which means it is not there. So why are we setting a value for that if it's not present? Oh, and hold on. So we're only setting this if we only have one of them. But when we select the repository, we should be able to get the target branch soon. Which means... we see the value for repository, we see this part, we see the else if for GitLab. Then this becomes hosting.provider equals Bitbucket. That was the last song on that album, though. For sure. So, let's get another album going. And let's pour another whiskey. Because why not? Does Synthwave belong in a museum? So yeah, basically, in the Bitbucket docs, right, the -D here was actually correct. It needed to be form data. And it's just the difference between curl and other things. Really, they should have some way of toggling between, like, how you're sending this value. Their docs need a lot of work. Right? Like, they could easily just have a language selector and give you, like, a fetch instead of a curl. And then it would be extremely obvious. But, you know, is what it is. They're such a big company that they might not actually care. But realistically, I bet they do care if someone's willing to actually, like, care about it too. And that's, like, the tricky part. Alright, so, I think we're at a pretty good point. We need to fill in what this branch of logic's gonna do. This is definitely like a flaw in how we're doing some of our abstractions here. I'd like to rethink that at some point. It's not that bad. I've seen worse. So yeah, that's our next step right there. So, I'm going to go pour another beverage, and I'll be right back. Give me a second.
Didn't drag to Marcus along, did you? He's not. He's challenged. You'll find him. The hell you will. 2-day head start on him, which is more than he needs. Bro, he's got friends in every town and village. Blend in, disappear. You'll never see him again.
Maybe go home now.
Tickets, please.
No ticket. Colonel! Ready to go down. Jonesy's getting away. Tell Donovan. Not that Joe, the other Joe. Ready to go down in history. But I want the Grail itself. The cup gives everlasting life. Grail is mine. You're going to get it. Time to ask yourself what you believe. You chose one. You have chosen wise. You chose one. You have chosen wise. Junior, Dad, what is it? Junior. That's his name. Henry Jones Jr. Henry Jones Jr.
Like Indiana.
We named the dog Indiana. Henry Jones Jr. Henry Jones Jr. You adopted the dog?
A lot of fond memories of that dog.
Indy. Henry. Follow me. I know the way. Indy. Henry. Follow
You know how I've been talking about how I might want to move to Bremerton? And hey, what up, Geddes? How you doing? I gotta double check this. Google Maps, Washington State. Let's zoom on in. There is a Costco in Bremerton. Okay. That is actually essential for any place I would end up moving to. Right? Cheap gas, cheap whiskey, good bulk steaks. So yeah, I could definitely see myself moving out there someday. I don't know how we'd verify that, but I would assume that yes, because most of those scraping bots have actually been determined that they're being shady about it. So, right, even if you're using robots.txt to disallow OpenAI and, you know, other bots from scraping your site, they do it anyway. From at least articles I've seen. So yeah, your hunch is probably correct. It's also why, and technically, are you using ChatGPT for like proprietary work stuff? If you had a good CTO, they would actually forbid you from using ChatGPT for work if they care about leaking PII or company secrets. Like any good CTO and company in general should have actually like a notice going out to the rest of the company saying, do not use ChatGPT, do not send any of our code to them, etc. So yeah, yeah, security and data integrity are a major problem with a lot of these models, and that's why locally hosted models are something that a lot of people are seeking. And it's why things like Cody, which is a Copilot competitor, it's why it allows locally hosted Olama models, etc. So yeah, you probably do want to start considering not using Copilot, because I'm not sure Copilot allows local models yet. And try and focus on just data security, data integrity, right? Data exfiltration is the term for it, right? So yeah, if I just moved somewhere in Bremerton, I don't know where yet. As long as I'm close enough to a Costco, good to go. Yeah, again, I don't know specifically what you're talking about, but yes. I think it's been pretty well established that the people running OpenAI are not trustworthy. Still a valid tool and still worth using, but there is definitely a lack of trust in it. So, selected repository ID. Yeah, we can basically just grab all of that. But how you doing besides that, I guess? You enjoying your Friday there? Should be. It's Friday. Alright, so I'm not certain that owner matters in this context. Repository name is going to matter. And what's up, Randy Richards? How you doing, Mr. Sir? What you up to? Yeah, how's everyone over on YouTube? How's everyone over on Algora? You guys having a good one? Again, it's Friday. Enjoying a whiskey? Ooh, what whiskey are you sipping on? I am sipping on some Woodford Reserve in Coca-Cola, obviously. We're still technically celebrating my birthday. It's only been a week since it, so I think it counts. What I'm cooking? I'm gonna be cooking chow mein tonight. I don't think that's actually what you're asking. The thing I'm building is a feature flag tool. A white Hennessy. Ooh, what makes something a white Hennessy? I'm guessing it's like a mixture of something and Hennessy, right? Or do you just mean like the label, right? Like white label Hennessy? Because I guess there's maybe like different levels that they try and make and sell. Jim Beam with ice? Yeah, that's nice. As far as bourbon goes, Jim Beam's a good cheap one. It's better than a whole bunch of some of the other like bad cheap ones. And no offense, I'm not trying to like naysay it. Like, if I hadn't overdone Jim Beam, I would probably still sip on it. Like, honestly, I haven't overdone Jim Beam nearly as much as I've overdone Jack Daniels in the past, just because the snowboard brand I used to get free gear from, and, like, sponsored by, but never got a paycheck, they used Jack Daniels as part of their branding, basically, because they were, like, the rocker brand. I don't know if you know Rome Snowboards, but, yeah. They identified as a Jack Daniels, like, brand, basically, at one point. And, yeah. Where the water flowed like wine, and the women flock like the salmon of Capistrano. But yeah, basically at the, at SIA, which is like the Vegas show, I guess the show moved, it's no longer in Vegas, it's in Colorado, but it's like the national conference for snowboard shops to actually go and chat with brands and put in their orders for the next year. That way snowboard brands can figure out how many of, like, you know, how many of each run they need to, like, produce. That way they don't overproduce, and it allows them to, like, you know, just understand what they need to, like, manufacture. So it's a really fun time. It's a giant party. Pretty much every sponsored snowboarder goes to it. You know, even if you're just a rep rider, you'll probably go hang out. If you're an amateur or professional rider, right, on like the national team for whatever brand you're on, you're definitely going to go hang out. It's a place where you can meet any super pro snowboarder. They will be there. Like, I've seen Jeremy Jones, like the powder Jeremy Jones. I've seen him. He always has like a sour look on his face. I don't think he actually enjoys, like, the party atmosphere. I'm not even sure he, like, snowboards significantly for a brand anymore, but he's old, and he only does powder stuff, so, like, you can continue doing powder stuff well into your, like, old age. But I could also see if, you know, I could totally believe that he's retired at this point. I haven't watched any modern snowboard videos in years. Ooh, hold on. Do we have an unban request I need to check out? We do. Are we taking bets on whether we think it's a sincere unban request or not? Hold on. How do we set up, like, a bet? It's not a poll. It is a prediction. Yeah, prediction. Exactly. All right, so here we go. Let's fill it out. Will this unban request be sincere? Mods, you can't bet anyway, so sorry. We're gonna give it a minute. Get your bets in. I haven't looked. Mods, please don't spoil it. Mods can actually see the unban request right now. But you're not allowed to bet. So that keeps it fair. But yes, normal viewers can wager channel points to see if it's actually a sincere unban request or not. You want to put all 151K on the line? Ooh. That is a bold move, Cotton. Right? So I'm going to look. We're going to find out. Get your bets in. You got like 15 seconds left max. Make it happen. I'm on the fence. Do we consider that one sincere? If we look at it, they probably caught me on a bad day. I'd call it sincere. It's not necessarily the best way they could have phrased it. But it wasn't them trolling. It was just a rickroll. And they have been somewhat cool in the past. I wouldn't say, like, the greatest chatter, but we've seen worse, right? So I'm going to say that is a sincere unban request. So we'll choose the outcome. I do think it was a sincere unban request. They weren't using it as one more way to get at us, right? So I'll allow it. I like the fact that 67% of people believed in the goodness of humankind and said that yes, it was going to be sincere. I like that too. I like the benefit of the doubt. I like the fact that we're not all cynics. Now, not many people actually bet. Only 30 channel points got bet? Okay. That's fun. And what's up, Lyoko? How you doing? But yeah, I'm gonna say, you know, I'll allow it. Right? It's up to them to decide if they want to be like a good part of this community. But that was not a trolley unbanned request. So we'll allow it. If you're out there, feel free to say hi. I'm not going to say your name because I don't want, I don't want to dox you. And if you don't want to be doxed about it, just give it some time and then say hi. But yeah, I am pretty quick with the bans, so I do like to give people a chance to get back there. I should have noticed that they did the unban request like an hour ago, so that's on me, not noticing in time. Alright, so we click the repository. The branch we got there, though, is no good. Let me reply. Hold on, let me reply to this too. And, we should do it, we can do it in public. Hold on. So I don't think Dev necessarily had bad intentions. Right? So don't treat that negatively. He didn't even spell squeal right. Oh, come on. Anyway, right, notifications. Nope. Plenty of people will try and make something that falls within the realm of commercial before they might. Indie hackers in general. fall within junior to mid level as far as experience. For them, right? Like, how do I make sure I say this without necessarily being a dick about it, you know? I totally think they could fail to understand the implications. Right? And again, I don't think Dev actually meant harm with his tweet. All I was doing was responding with, right, like, so do people hosting serverless apps not understand serverless? That right there is already kind of abrasive, right? Like, it's been around for a decade. Why are you all surprised that your architecture did what it was supposed to do? Again, just because the tech has been around for a decade doesn't mean that the people using it have been devs for a decade. If you don't want surprise bills that enable spend management, it's like 5 clicks. Anyone coming from a user experience perspective knows 5 clicks is way too many. When instead, could you have that stuff enabled by default through some onboarding process? And then the people that know better can disable it with a couple clicks. I think Vercel would better advocate for these users by having training wheels on by default and making the extra clicks be for disabling. But that would eat into their bottom line. Right? How do we feel about this? I want to make sure I'm not being a dick about it. But it's absolutely one of those things where Vercel is most likely weighing the negative impact of someone's surprise $500 bill and the social media impact of someone tweeting about it versus the amount of money they make off of people not knowing better and people not having a platform to make these tweets, right? And they make more money off of making it as easy as possible to get money from those people. Hold on, wait. Are you saying I got a typo? And hold on, let me get more music though. And again, like, I want to reiterate, I don't think Dev meant harm with his tweet, but I think it was needlessly callous because Vercel is pitched as the easiest way to host a thing, right? And it is. It's really, really easiest, right? So hold on. Okay. So I think Vercel would better advocate for these users. Hold on. So it's not think, but should be buy. Got it. Yeah. There you go. I got you. I was looking at the word think. Yeah, totally. No, you're totally right. I was looking at the wrong word. In the future, quotes would make it more obvious, but not on you. I was just misunderstanding. So yeah, there we go. And maybe better advocate is the wrong word. Would support these users better. By having training wheels on by default and making the extra clicks be for disabled. So yeah, I think that was a good tweak. And I think, technically, no, that is a straw man argument, right? We're not talking about hundreds of thousands or hundreds or thousands in hosting, right? This is one person who has a side project that they consider commercial that forces them to be on the paid version of Vercel. And they got a DDoS attack that cost them $500 when they're most likely making like $20 a month in revenue. I think there is something that could be done to better improve this situation, because it does feel like we see something like this once a month at this point. Now, I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not trying to blame Vercel, but I am pointing out that they profit from not making it as easy as it could be. That's all. I think Guillermo and Lee Robb and a lot of the people at Vercel are really cool and really awesome. At the end of the day, though, they're a business, and they need to do the thing that makes the business money. So that is at odds with making things easier for people when things go wrong. Right? There are, like, perverse, or the incentives are at odds with each other. And it's very similar, like, you ever seen Fight Club? There's the part where the dude's like, yeah, so then we decide how much the cost of a recall would be versus paying out the odds of a lawsuit. We weigh those numbers, and if the recall is more expensive, we don't do the recall. At this point, they probably make more money off people not knowing better than they would make or then they would lose from the bad publicity, right? There are perverse incentives going on. The safety of your users is at odds with your profitability. And that's just capitalism anyway, right? In many cases, but I'm just pointing that out. That's where my comment was coming. And another big thing to recognize is that if that user had just used AWS, something with a higher barrier to entry, they would have understood, or at least put in the effort for that barrier of entry, but they'd also be paying like an order of magnitude less in cost. That same DDoS attack that cost them $500 on Vexilla would probably cost them 10 to 20 on AWS, right? That's crazy. So yeah, the markup that Vexilla is charging is also somewhat to blame for these surprise bills. Now, it's part of what makes them profitable. I think they're profitable at this point. But are they making enough money to justify the investment that they've been given? And that's where venture capital and private equity are at odds with the health of the company. So yeah, there's really just, right, like what's the phrase? Like there are two wolves or whatever within these companies, within the people driving them. They want to advocate for their users as much as they can, but legally they have to advocate for their investors instead. Right? Nobody's going to go to jail over a couple customers getting surprise bills that they weren't expecting. Someone could go to jail for not putting investor interests first. Yeah, that's the thing. And maybe not jail, but legally liable, right? Even if only in a civil, context. But yeah, anyway, time for another beverage? Time for another beverage. Yeah. Right, we're at, party time. Damn, it's already 6 o'clock, though? Where did the time go? Oh, yeah. A bunch of these bugs ate it up. So yeah, let me go pour another beverage. I'm just gonna bring the Coca-Cola and Woodford into here. So, BRB, we'll just take this. And I'm back. Let me close this door. Ooh, and I got a question for gaming stream. Who here wants to play some Jackbox? All right, so as far as target branch there, it's gone. We've got the repositories. But I don't think they're actually in the shape we think. So there's like a type issue there. And I think that's on me. Let's do a refresh. Y'all see it? I see it. So yeah, the place where we are mapping over the repositories is actually incorrect. Where is that part happening? Hey, what's up, FD, Mr. Sir? How you doing? Ooh, and main branch. Yeah, I see it now. So main branch dot.
We are in the presence of greatness. FD God, a rising star in the world of football, soccer has taken the sport by storm with their incredible skills and technique. As a midfielder, they possess an uncanny ability to control the game's tempo and create scoring opportunities for their teammates. Their greatest play came during the Champions League final, where they single-handedly orchestrated a stunning comeback victory for their team. With just minutes remaining and their team down by 2 goals, FD God took matters into their own hands. They dribbled past 3 defenders, delivered a pinpoint cross to the far post, and watched as their teammate headed the ball into the net. Moments later, FD God won a crucial tackle in midfield, launched a counterattack, and scored a breathtaking goal from 30 yards out, securing the championship for their team. Throughout their career, FD God has achieved numerous milestones, including winning multiple league titles, being named the FIFA World Player of the Year, and leading their national team to victory in the World Cup. Their incredible vision, passing accuracy, and ability to read the game have made them one of the most respected and feared players in the world of football.
You are the football. Yeah, exactly. Duh. All right, so hold on. What was the other value we got? Oh, and it refreshed already. All right, so let's clear that. Let's try it again. Config. We check that. We do that. Boom. Ooh, target branch. We definitely messed something up console-wise. Default branch owner. Owner is the other thing, right? So owner. Let's double check what's in this list. When we see owner, we see, we probably want to do, okay, so I think this is just plain wrong at this point. Yeah, so owner is incorrect in our types. That's the first time I've seen QuickType actually, like, blow it for us, actually. So display name, type, username, UUID. Yeah, username, UUID. So hold on, let's look at links. I believe that should have the whole self whatever stuff on it. Oh. Okay, so links there are good. But it's the owner part that we care about. So we can go look at owner. This is owner links, and we just get avatar HTML self. Right, so that is user links, not just links. Cool. Alrighty. We're already at 6:20. Let's go look at this form. We got some errors in here that we need to fix. That part's a little trickier. Alright, album's still going. I think up here, owner dot, and we'll just say username. Not even sure that was necessary, but at least we got it now. And that should allow us to set some of these values. Click into main. And that didn't update. What failed there? Alright, so we see that main got selected by default. If we refresh, is it still main by default? It is not. And we can no longer select it. So we got a bug there for sure. But if we initialize it, we get a 400 sad panda. But they don't tell us what the sad panda is. It's just a bad request. Okay. So I think at this point, this is a good stopping point. I at least want to get my food cooked, and then maybe we play some Jackbox games after that. Who do we go raid? We do see Theo's going. It is actually pretty rare that we get a chance to raid Theo. We did do it just last week, though. We see Het Tanis going. He's doing some security stuff like he normally does, I think. Steven Coat stuff. He's doing leak code. We see productive time going. We see, ooh, Fred Kiss. We haven't raided Fred Kiss in ages. Oh, Gen Junode? We're gonna raid Gen Junode for sure. Yep. Nope, that's easy. And I get to share my 15-month sub over there too. I do want to point out, I think I forgot I had that going, but we're totally gonna leave it. So yeah, let's go raid Gen Juno. And I hope I'm saying her name right. I have no idea. So yeah, people over on YouTube and Algora, thank you so much for hanging out. Appreciate all of y'all. I am going to stop the Algora and YouTube streams. Only 2.5 hours over there, so yeah, we do need to like hop over into those streams quicker. But we'll see. So yeah, YouTube, Algora.